Greetings and welcome back, blade lovers. Got a big one on the table today. Just about as big as I care to put on my diminutive review table here. But yes, OG Blade Reviews back with you once again. Okay, well, getting the ruler ready over here on the right or left or wherever the heck that is. This is what I got from Tactical Elements. Work Tuff Gear, my first Work Tuff Gear knife. I've been wanting to get my hands on one for a while. As soon as I find one I like, it's gone and out of stock. I've been looking at Knife Center. They carry a lot of Work Tuff. And there are some models on Tactical Elements, again, where I got this from. Tactical Elements, I must say, customer service is fantastic. Had some questions, wrote each other back and forth emails, and they are wonderful folks, ready to help you out with your purchases. Without further ado, this is the Elbrus Gen 2. Elbrus Gen 2. So there was a Gen 1, not too familiar with it. Look what Work Tuff Gear gives us, very similar to what we get from North Mountain Blade. You know, kind of little maintenance kit there. Well, actually not. Let me correct myself. I had actually opened this up earlier, as you probably would assume. And I looked at the bag and the stuff in it and thought, oh, that's just like what North Mountain Blade gives us, kind of a blade maintenance kit. But no, I'm sorry. This is their patch, their Velcro patch, some extra spacers, washers, Chicago screws, because they give you the frog hanger for the knife in its separate bag. It is not attached to the knife and thereby allows them to use a little more compact box, which is a cool thing. So yes, you get the hanger. We can take a quick look at it, although I'm not going to dwell on it. Really, this is about the knife. And on some of these larger knives, by the way, I'm going to start doing in-person, show my face kind of reviews out in nature, in the park, in the woods. All right, that's what we got. So obviously this will, I don't know how obvious it is. Yeah, so those standoffs there, those spacers and Chicago screws would mount it probably right about there, or any depth that you want. And there is your belt hanger with a snap and Velcro. And that's about as far as I'll get into it, because I know you guys want to see the blade, the NAF. And there she be, the Elbrus. It is, I would say, a medium-large blade, or even a large blade. It's one I have not seen available. Look at this blade. Spear point sort of sucker there. Not one that I've seen available at other venues which sell the Work Tuff Gear knives. Work Tuff Gear knives are made in Taiwan. That is formerly known as Nationalist China. No, it is not mainland China. It's not the China that many of you don't cotton to buying your knives from. This is Taiwan. And I visited Taiwan in 1976 on a martial arts tour for about 2 weeks. And wonderful folks there gave us a full tour of the island. Soldiers on every corner with rifles at that time. They're always a bit concerned about invasions and whatnot. I think it's a bit more urbane and developed at this point. I wish them well. They are great people on Taiwan, and they were terrific hosts. Getting off of that topic of where it's made, and we're looking at the knife WT, Work Tuff Gear. The steel is a steel that they commonly use, and it is the K379. I'm going to verify that for you. All right, reading from a quick AI search. Isn't that where we all go now for our facts? K379 refers to several distinct products, not a single type of steel. It's commonly used as a product code for Power Stop Z23 Evolution. I'm on the wrong. That's a brake kit. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Stupid me. Well, I was supposed to be talking about K329, not 79. Couldn't read the tiny type on the blade. I guess that's good because it's not super large billboarding except for the logo right there. And when they're talking about the Elbrus, it is 58 to 60 HRC with a triple tempering process to ensure maximum durability and edge retention, whether you're camping, hunting, or in combat situation. Designed to excel, delivering unparalleled performance. Green-orange camo gator grip. So that's what we got here, a 6.7-inch blade, 12.2-inch overall, cutting edge of 6.3, and a blade thickness of 0.196. Saber grind with a convex cutting edge. And that's very interesting because it was one of the first things I noticed in examining the knife. Nice green camo sheath, by the way, Kydex, we'll get to that in a moment. Is that if you can see the blade here, it is high polished convex grind on the bevel. So it is not a full convex grind where the blade flat meets the edge in one swoop, similar to what you get with many, if not all, of the Bark River knives. So we've got a teardrop style fuller here, really beautifully done. Satin finish all the way through, and a really nice ramp for your thumb there with excellent jimping. If you want to extend out a little further on that saber grind, you can, although the jimping stops right about there. Really nice usable choil. They're giving us a full finger width choil, unless you got those super chubby fingers, and if you do, you just have to be a little careful of putting your finger in there. Speaking of large guys, Choir Boys Tactical did a review on this knife with a full torture test, and wow, it came through with flying colors. I don't have that opportunity or privilege in my setting here. Maybe in the future, we'll see, to get outdoors and to carve things up and beat the heck out of this knife. But Work Tuff Gear certainly is an apt name because they make a tough knife from what I can see and feel and what I'm seeing in the testing from the other channels. Talking about this edge again, I've not seen a sharper edge on a large knife. You heard right. Well, doesn't matter where we touch it. It is just a wickedly sharp convex grind. And the convex grind is going to give us more durability, as far as I have seen and heard. And it definitely is true with the Bark River knives, of which I have at least a couple at the moment and plan on getting more. The gator grip with this orange camo is really cool. Love the colors. And the way that they lined it all up for this really nice, what would you call it, patterning that you get. The gator grip is like a diamond texture on here. So really nice and grippy, but not such that does not feel like it's going to chew my hand up at all in hard use. Great balance. Looks like we got the balance right on that front screw. And it's a full tang knife, 2 screws to hold everything on. I haven't taken the handles off, but would assume that we might have some weight relieving inside. You may hear that or find that out elsewhere. Getting back to the sheath again, then we'll get into some quick measurements. Kydex sheath, and you saw that it did come with the hanger attachment. It is a pancake sheath with lots of grommets on both sides. Fit is perfect. It is a thick Kydex dark green, kind of a forest green, or you could call it a dark OD green. OD stands for olive drab, if you didn't know. Old military term. I come from a military family. Not me, but dad and mom for sure. Okinawa, a long time ago. Got a fluid relief there, drainage hole. Nice snap fit and no wiggle wobble, no noise. You can push it off, even though there isn't a ramp per se, you can push it off really easily. So much for the Sheath. It is a very good one, as good as any. All right, just laying the ruler out here so you can get a visual on the size. We go to the tip to the stern, it's over 12 inches. So if I go just a bit further, we're going to call it 12 and a quarter. Could be a skosh over or under that. A lot of you guys ask for the height of the blade, so I can give that to you. It is an inch, let's see, 1 3/4. Very wide. I'm calling it a spear point blade. They can call it a bayonet grind, but definitely can be piercy. Definitely piercy, but with plenty of belly. Plenty of working belly there. Look at that shine on that mirror edge. I've not seen that yet on a full-size blade, large blade. Have not seen it. They are unique in the way they're treating their fixed blades. It is pretty amazing. Thickness of the handle, 0.90, plenty to hang on to. And 0.18 on the thickness of the blade stock, which in millimeters is 5.1, and 22.7 millimeters on the handle thickness. And they might have given the weight when I was reading off the specs real quick, but if not, we'll give you the weight here with and without the sheath, and that would be the sheath without the hanger. So in ounces, we've got 13.89, almost 14 ounces. And if we make some room here for the sheath, well, let's just put it in the sheath, duh. All right. In the sheath, it is 17.22. And if we go to the old metric units here, we've got 488.37 grams. Those metric numbers certainly seem high, but we're dealing with a smaller unit of measure than ounces. I love good Kydex sheaths. They're so satisfying when they do it right. And boy, when they don't do it right, it's something to rail about. All right, let's move that ruler out of the way. We might use it again later on. We're going to do some compares to a similar profiled knife, but shorter. One of my all-time favorites. That's like a shorty version. That is the Microtech Crosshair. Fantastic knife, particularly when they do it with this dual edge. Compound edge, no, dual edge, I think is the best descriptor. Serrated on the top for all your tough strap cutting, whatnot, chores, and smooth on the bottom. And I got to tell you, this ain't no slouch edgewise either, or is it? Yeah, she's pretty sharp. And these serrations, I've cut myself more than once, sticking my thumb too far out on these. Let's get them over into the right orientation here. So, I mean, way different handle on this, but look at that. Very similar blade. It's more of a equal-sided blade, balanced blade than we have on the Elbrus Gen 2. Another outdoors-ish sort of knife is the T5, a real popular knife from Lion Steel. By the way, this guy is D2 and harkens back to 2011 for its birth date. And here we have and lion steel in Nylox, the T5. More of your camping knife, but certainly with that dropped swedge there, drop point and swedge, can certainly function in a tactical role. Here is from Fox Knives, the Ryu. And let's put it up here next to the Elbrus. Not as large a knife. None of these really are getting even close to the length of the Elbrus with its nearly 7-inch blade, but a very good, functional, sharp, tough knife from Lion Steel. Did I say Fox? No, that's Fox, yeah. Fox for you. I'm going through them too quick. Here is one that I often like to compare for kind of your tactical field knife, if we can give that as a designation. This is the Norseman, a tops knife designed by Viking Tactics. I believe that is, well, I forget the gentleman's name. You may know. Should have it on the tip of my tongue. Almost as long, about 1.25 inches short overall. It's still a big knife. But the blade, if we go point to point here on the handle, almost 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches shorter. I love everything about this knife. 1095 is not bad. Tops does a great job heat treating it. That's their go-to steel. Got the acid rain finish on it. Don't like how narrow the handle is in here. I think great with gloves, but for a larger hand, it's going to feel a bit small. You got to sort of roll it up into your hand. Beautiful vine jimping. Look at that on the spine there. They got to do that on a machine. I mean, it doesn't look like it's so consistent. Could it be handwork? I don't know. Red liners, two-tone bolster and handle, micarta. Really nice. And I've got one more. See if we can squeeze them all in here. This is a custom, so it's going to be more. This is from my good buddy Morgan Cones in Canada, Ontario, Canada. This, let's see if we can get it in the same orientation here, because you've got to appreciate the size on this guy. This is the Commando. This is in Nitro V, custom made, handmade, including the carbonized tiger stripe on there. The sheath was made by Black Bear Custom Kydex in Maine. God, what a beautiful sheath. I requested it this way with the two-tone and the basket weave. And guys, if you need a Kydex sheath, oh my God, does he do fantastic work. The fit, the finish, the polishing of all the edges, buffing them down, and the snap-in fit, and yet the ease of removal is just incredible. So how about that for a loud snap and zero wiggle? We got a great sheath there too as well, but this is a custom sheath for a custom knife. And look at the work that Morgan did with a Dremel on this G10 here. Got the red liners going on. Really, for me, an heirloom knife. This guy's going to be around and get passed down. To whom exactly, I don't know yet, but let's see if we can squeeze it out on the table for the parting shot. If I didn't show you, thumb in there pushes right off. There is no ramp per se, but you put your thumb in that opening and it comes right off. Oh, let's see what we got for space here, guys. Yeah, not a lot. My background. Okay, whatever. Right about now, you're going to see my logo over here as we prepare to depart Hope you enjoy these knives, and particularly the Elbrus. I would definitely go for this guy. There are larger Work Tuff Gear knives, and there are some really radical designs. My good friend Bob DeMarco uses, has shown a lot on his channel, the Knife Junkie podcast. But I really like this one for overall balance of usability out in the woods, tactical use should it need to be called into play for that, what have you. But excellent, excellent knife. Work Tuff Gear. Don't forget about Tactical Elements. I'll make sure I leave you the link to where I purchased this if they're still available. If not, just keep checking out Tactical Elements. Great place to go for your knives. Be well. Take care. Stay safe.